So today we're going to talk about horizontal pulling, what it is, why it's important for you, and then the different ways that we implement it here at THP. Now, what is a horizontal pull? Well, horizontal pull is any type of exercise that involves you moving a load and pulling it in towards your torso, such as a row. So why is this important for you? Well, a lot of people spend a lot of time during the day in these seated positions, which actually inhibits the muscles from working on the backside of our body. Now, being overactive in these positions can cause for poor posture, weak core, or a lot of aggravating aches and pains associated with these imbalances. Now, by implementing strong horizontal pulling into your training program, you can improve your shoulder blade positioning and function, you can improve your posture, and overall core stability. Now, within a training session here at THP, we implement a lot of horizontal pulling in various different positions to keep the movement functional. We're going to start at the ground, and then we're going to work our way up into a standing position. So here we have Caitlin here, and she is going to be performing a supine cable row. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Caitlin lie on her back with her feet bent. All right, now the floor is going to act as a good feedback system in order for her to obtain neutral spine. So she's going to flatten her back into the ground, set her shoulder blades down and back towards her hips, and then she's going to get a good solid row into the ground. A couple more, Caitlin. And relax. So our next exercise is going to be performed in a suspended quadruped position, and it's going to be the TRX row. So what Caitlin's going to go, she's going to get into a good plank position with her arms extended, big push through her heels, her hips through, shoulders back down towards the hips, and then she's going to drive her elbows back towards the floor in a good squeeze in her shoulder blades. And relax. Okay, so now we're going to work more of our transitional patterns, and we have Caitlin in a half kneeling single arm cable row. And what she's going to do is she's going to get set up in the half kneeling position with her hip through, everything stacked from her knee, her hip to her shoulder. And then keeping that good posture, she's just going to drive her elbow back, getting a good shoulder blade squeeze at the end. And relax. All right, so we are finally at our feet, and Caitlin's going to be performing a bent over dumbbell row. And what she's going to do, she's going to establish good position in her feet, shoulder width apart. She's going to have a soft bend in her knee, and then she's going to go into a hip hinge. So she's going to push her hips down and back, maintaining good posture, good core stability here. And then once she maintains that position, she's going to drive her elbows straight back towards her hips. Good push out of the ground, good. A couple more. And relax. Now we're going to work Caitlin's hip stability for real, and we're going to put her into a single arm, single leg cable row. So what she's going to do, she's going to establish good positioning on her right foot. She's going to raise that left foot up to 90 degrees, really lock in that hip, push down into the core to get her stability, and then she's going to drive that elbow back to perform the same row. Good. One more. Now we're going to talk through a couple compensations you may see within somebody's rowing form. So one that we see a lot, someone getting a little bit too trappy or necky within their pull, where it kind of looks like so. So what you're going to do is cue them to kind of put their shoulder in their pocket and drive that elbow low and back down towards their hips. Another compensation we may see is that someone rows, you see this arching of the spine or losing that neutral spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to cue the stack from the shoulder, hip to the knee, all in one line. We're going to tuck our hips under and pull our ribs down. And that should clean up that pattern. And the final compensation we see a lot is people getting too handsy with their rows. So when they row back, you kind of see them cranking on the wrist like so. One of the cues that you can use to kind of nip that in the bud is to have them concentrate on driving with the elbow versus the hand.